It doesn't matter how much money you have, you can't afford the home you think you want. I don't say that to be a jerk. I say it because of what I've seen with my clients. All of my clients, the most of which are millennial first-time home buyers, have an idea of the home that they want to buy, whether it's from their family or their friends or things that they've seen, whatever it is. They have this list of things that they think are non-negotiables going into the home search. I share the same kind of stupid story with them every time, which is everything on that list costs something. To get everything on that list, it costs more than you've just told me you want to spend. The reality from everything that I've experienced, the people I've worked with, who I've seen, whether you have $500,000 or $50 million, no one ever gets, and put a big asterisk around this, or even builds the perfect house in the perfect location for the perfect price. It just doesn't happen. Again, that's not to discourage or to dissuade you from buying or looking or otherwise. It's just, I want to bring a pragmatism to this whole thing. This is a big decision. It's a big purchase. It's a lot of money and a lot of emotion. Buying for the first time has a lot of questions. And, one of those is really about what are you going to get for your money? So we go back to that list, and the list has the things that resonate with you. You want it to be, so big and have so many bedrooms, so many bathrooms, a yard, no yard. You want it to have a pool or detached garage, whatever it may be. What ends up happening is we go out and look at homes that fit that description. And there are some that absolutely check the boxes, or rather check a lot of the boxes, but fail in certain regards. And there are others that we see things that my clients have said that they wanted, but they don't actually want it the way that it's presented in whatever home that is. And so it takes a lower level on the priority list. And after searching, for whatever amount of time and seeing whatever amount of homes, there's no set time or set amount of homes to see before you get there, you start to refine the search and you start to narrow it down into homes that would be really only ones that you would write offers on, what I call like the strike zone, where we really only want to go out to see homes if we think it's going to make sense to write an offer on them, or rather go out and see homes with the thought process that we're going to write an offer on it because it fits X, Y, and Z criteria. For every one of my clients, save maybe the developers, they know the second that they walk into the home that it's the one for them. They haven't even taken more than 6 steps. I think the statistic is like a person knows that they want to buy a home within the first 8 seconds of walking in. And I've seen it. I see the light go off. I see my clients' faces light up. I see the energy shift. It becomes that emotional decision first. When you have that search criteria, that's very analytical. You want it to have these things, or at least you think you want it to have these things, but a home is more than just, the sum of its parts. It's a feeling, it's an emotion. That's why I tell all of my buyers, we're going to factor these search criteria into our home buying process, but you're going to know the home the second you walk into it. It's an emotional decision. It's an emotional feeling. And then we overlay the search criteria on top of it. Does it make sense? You don't have enough money to buy the home you think you want. And that's because that home probably doesn't exist. And even if you were to build it, it wouldn't cost what you think it would, and you wouldn't be able to put it in the place you wanted to. And I say that at every single price level. Every buyer that I've worked with has been head over heels for the home that they found. A lot of them have conceded search criteria in order to buy the home that they love. They feel good about the purchase decision that they made. Maybe at the outset, they felt that they wanted to spend, let's use $1 million as an arbitrary number. And at the end, they spend $1.1 million. It wasn't me pushing them or the market pushing them. Most of the time, most people come into the search process with a maximum dollar amount that they're willing to spend. And very few people, or have that number as the max that they can spend. And that comes down to the psychology of buying. These houses are expensive. And so what you're willing to pay versus what you can pay is often what makes the difference. Because there are plenty of homes that we see that people love, that my clients, really like, that are outside of the price point, and we see them for one reason or another, just kind of market intel. But they don't go there because they can't go there. And none of my clients have overstretched to the point of they couldn't pay whatever it was that they were paying. They were willing to go there. Just because you think you want it at the top of your list or at the top of your search doesn't necessarily mean that it'll be there at the end of the search. And there's a saying like, be stubborn about the destination and flexible about the process. And I think that really sums up home buying as succinctly as it can be. You want to buy a home. How you get there may go through some creative iterations. Don't get down about the fact that you're not going to get everything on your list. The home that you find will resonate deeper with you than you have any idea until you get to that point and you make that connection and you have that feeling with the home. There are undoubtedly a million questions that you have. I'd love to know where you are in the home buying process. Have you looked? Do you want to look? Do you want to buy a home this year? Whatever it is, leave a comment. I'd love to start that conversation with you. If you found anything in the video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. And then I would love to have you subscribe to the channel. I am here to answer your real estate questions. I'm here to help you buy a home, sell a home, whatever it may be. I want to help throughout that process.